Hello, my lovelies. Today starts another vlog, so stay tuned. So if you watched my last vlog, you know my mom was here visiting, and I'm kind of falling a little behind on my reading. I have a lot that I want to try to squeeze in as far as reading goes this week. Right now I'm about halfway into Book Lovers, so I need to finish that. And I need to at least read the other two group books. So at least 3 things I need to finish this week. And I'd like to also do my Once Upon a Book Club unboxing in this video. So fingers crossed we can get it all done. It's currently like 4 in the afternoon. I've been just like kind of figuring out some stuff, doing some work on the computer, and figuring writing up my stuff that I need to do for videos that I have to film today. And I'm about to go and do that. So hopefully I can get some reading in later today. I do want to try and work on this little Lego set thing I started with my mom yesterday while she was here. And maybe I'll show you some of that later when I am working on that, if I get to working on that. So yesterday I was super busy, so I didn't have any chance to vlog anything. So on Tuesday I did finish Book Lovers, and I gave it 5 stars. It was fantastic. Sorry, the dogs are wrestling around. I finished Book Lovers, and it follows our main character Nora, who she is a literary agent. And she's kind of known as being the shark, but she has been on the wrong side of small town romance tropes. She's the girl that gets dumped for the small town girl. Her boyfriends have gone to some small town, and sorry, the dogs are bumping the tripod. Anyway, they've gone to some small town and trying to help shut some business down, ends up falling for the girl, saves the business, yada yada yada. She gets dumped. And this has happened multiple times in her life, and at this point in time, not only, I mean, it sucks, but at this point in time, it's almost just a joke to her, and romance is just stupid. And after her most recent breakup like this, her sister convinces her to go on vacation with her pregnant sister. And she takes them to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina, which is like the setting for one of Nora's clients' books. And then we have the editor, Charlie, who turned down one of Nora's clients' books because he's like, yeah, she has never been to Sunshine Falls. It is not how she describes it in her books. Anyway, when Nora and her sister arrive in Sunshine Falls, well, it turns out Charlie is there, so he knows good and well what Sunshine Falls is like. And they clash. It's very much a hate to love type thing, and it's so good. I freaking loved it, and I give it 5 stars. So, as far as my busy day yesterday, what I did was I woke up, I got Xander ready, and I took him to the dentist. And then after that, we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, got some food, came home, dropped him off. Then I went out and I DoorDashed for 3 hours. Hey, y'all, chill out. After DoorDashing for 3 hours, I came home, I edited and uploaded a video, and then I went back out and I DoorDashed for a little over 4 hours, and got home, and it was like after 10 at this point. And I pretty much just had a bite to eat, watched a little bit of YouTube, and went to sleep. I was so tired. But in all of my driving around, I finished The Shadows by Alex North. And I'm kind of torn on what I want to rate this. It's either a 2.5 or a 3. I think I'm leaning more towards the 2.5. I was bored most of the time when I was listening to this, and I didn't find too much to be like interesting or shocking or anything like that. The only thing that kind of made me go, oh, was this one thing about our main character, or one of our main character's ex-girlfriends or past girlfriends. But other than that, I really was not super interested. It kind of goes back and forth in time. We have these kids who, they keep going out into the forest, like close to their house. The forest is known as the Shadows. And they're telling like ghost stories about this man with red hands and a tattered army jacket and things like that. And they start talking about like how to have lucid dreams, and they start keeping dream diaries. And one of them convinces some of the others that we can go inside each other's dreams and all of that. And then Paul, our main character, he's kind of like, I'm not believing this stuff, and he kind of gets pushed out of this group. But the leader of this, he's not quite right. He's out to cause somebody harm, and there is a dog that dies. I will say that, though not on page. It's just kind of like mentioned, and then like the owner being really sad, and eventually they end up, of the three boys that continue with this, there ends up being a human sacrifice. And then one boy is arrested, one boy disappears, and one boy is traumatized. And then every couple of years, this repeats with a new group of kids. And two end up going to jail for for murdering one of the others in these copycat crimes. And we've got also like the detective's perspective and stuff. And I don't know, I really didn't care. The reveals at the end were just like, really? So yeah, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. And today my plan is to start, let's see, it's Thursday. I should probably go ahead and start Wish You Weren't Here by Aaron Baldwin, because we're going to be having the author on Saturday for that book. So I need to make sure that I do get it finished before Saturday. So I'm thinking I'm going to start that. And then once I finish with that, then we can move on to something else that's not one of the group books. I'm thinking my next book after that might be my Once Upon a Book Club. Probably will be. All right, so today, in addition to starting Wish You Weren't Here, I'm also going to edit another video and probably go out and do some door dashing. And then I have this bonus room that I need to work on. It's pretty much become like a giant storage room where everything's just piled up in this. And there is a mattress in there for Xander to use. Now he's got a new bed that we need to put together. He's been sleeping on a couch in his room and decided he wanted a regular bed. So we have a mattress in this bonus room. We bought him a Murphy bed, and we're going to have to clear out this bonus room so I can get to the mattress, because everything's piled on top of this mattress too. And then get the mattress out, get the couch set up in there, because I had a cool idea for this bonus room, like a cozy little reading nook or something. But I got to be able to get the couch in there, and then we can put his bed together. Doubt all of this is going to happen today, but fingers crossed, we'll see how much we can get done. So I'm going to go and try to get some of this stuff done. So yesterday I finished Wish You Weren't Here by Aaron Baldwin, and that was super cute. So it's mostly set at this summer camp, and our main character, Juliet, she is like a wallflower at school. She doesn't want to, she can't stand out when there's this other girl, Priya, who's just perfect. And she's always wearing white and erythral and it's super nice and has the biggest, grandest birthday parties, and everybody loves Priya. And so Juliet just kind of fades away, except for when she's at camp. And so this is her senior year. It's her last summer of being a camper, and the summer before, she earned the privilege of North Star, and she gets to stay in this special cabin called Polaris, and she doesn't have to like bunk with a million people. She only has one camper staying with her, a newbie, and it just so happens to be Priya. And there's so much like, because she's just like, no. Not her, anybody but her, because and she just really does not even want Priya at this camp. She's like, all of a sudden everybody's paying attention to Priya, and she once again is disappearing. And at the same time, Priya is like her mentee, so she's trying to be nice to her, but she really just can't stand her and how it affects her and how it makes her feel. And so this is like a hate to love romance, also a coming of age and discovering your sexuality and all of that. It's a sapphic romance. It's so freaking cute. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to give this one 4.5 stars. I can't quite give it 5 stars because there are some times that it's just like, oh, come on, get over it already. But definitely 4.5 stars. It was so stinking cute. So I'm about to head out and go do some door dashing, but I did just purchase Darling Girl on Audible because I couldn't find it on anything else. Because I want to be able to listen to it while I'm out door dashing. So I'm going to bring my camera along and the box of gifts so that as we get to those, if I'm able at the time, I'm going to stop and film me opening the gift for you. So let's go to work. Okay, so there's a gift very early on in here. There's one on page 6, so in chapter 1. So we have a little prologue. In this prologue, there's a girl banged up, bruised in a tree. Peter told her she could fly, and then she's like scared to actually jump. And then there's a mirror image of her laying in a hospital gown in a bed, and when she finally jumps from the tree, the little girl in the bed, her eyes open. And then in chapter 1, we're following Holly Darling, who Wendy was her great-grandmother. And Holly is a scientist. She has a cosmetics company, and she's in the middle of trying to make this deal with this other big company. And they created something called pixie dust. And it's a highlighter. It has like the scent of springtime, and it goes on like almost translucent and gives you like a glow. And that's what they were talking about when we got to the first gift. It says, each folder is topped by a tiny pink glass bottle of the powder that glitters in the light. So I'm guessing we're about to get some pixie dust. I have to pay attention to my phone too to see if I get any orders. I've already had one order that I had to deliver like before I even left my driveway. All right, here is our gift. I'm currently at a gas station right now because I needed to stop and get a little bit of gas, or a lot of bit of gas, because I only had a little bit. All right, edible fairy dust by Darling Skincare Company. Rose gold, 100% edible food grade confectionery dust. Okay, so you can put this on your food or whatever. That's fun. Okay, putting it on my hand, it looks like this. So this would work as a blush. Let me blend it out. That is really pretty. I don't know how well y'all can see it. Okay, it has no smell. It has no taste. I wonder why it's edible. I guess so you can sprinkle it on your food and make something pretty. I don't know. But that's neat. Let me make sure that's on there tight. Alright, it looks like the next gift might be page 93. So it'll be a little bit. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to stop when it got to the next gift because I was doing dashes. But on page 93, okay, so at that point in time, what's going on is they were living in New York, Holly and her son, partially to get away from all the Peter Pan stuff and memories and stuff that remained over in the UK. But the little girl that was in the prologue turns out is Holly's daughter, Jack's sister. Nobody in New York actually knew about this little girl, and the nurses have called because Eden is missing. They came to the room and she had just disappeared and the window was open. And so now Holly and Jack have gone there to try to find Eden. Well, Jack doesn't know that that's what they're there for, because when Eden got hurt, Jack was really little, and over the years he forgot about Eden, and Holly let him. But also there's some like magical realism stuff going on here with Eden has a very rare disorder that causes her to age rapidly, but also there's something else about her blood, and Holly has been using Eden's blood to help Jack, because when Eden first got hurt and Eden's blood got on Jack, somehow the damage that Jack had from a car accident where he could barely walk and stuff, now he can run and he's full of life. And yeah, so now that Eden's missing, she has nothing that she can use to help Jack either, and so she's afraid she's gonna end up losing both of her children. So yeah, they're over there and they're visiting with Jane, Holly's mother, Wendy's daughter, and in their grandmother's house, and they're in the library, and Jack comes across a book of Peter Pan. And it says, he's found the darling treasure, a signed first edition illustrated volume of Peter Pan kept under a glass cloche. So, I don't think that's what this is, but we shall see. Oh, how fun. So it is a Peter Pan book light. And so when it lights up, you see Peter Pan flying and some stars. But also it opens up and it says, you know that place between sleep and awake, that place where you still remember dreaming? That's where I'll always love you, Peter Pan. That's where I'll be waiting. Page 374. And on the back says, all the world is made of faith, trust, and pixie dust. This is super cute. Okay, so now I am on chapter 17. I'm on page like 155. So about halfway through, and things are starting to get dark. And I can't really say anything else because of spoilers, but yeah, it's getting dark. And Peter may not be such a good guy, but that's okay in this one because I'm digging it. I'm enjoying this story. Okay, now that I'm back home, I have to eat. For one, I'm starving. Delivering all this food makes me so hungry. But I'm gonna eat, shower, then I have to put a bed together for Xander because it came, like, the Murphy bed that we ordered him is here, and last night we did a lot of moving stuff around to be able to put it together in his bed, in his room. So I'm going to build that. And I'm going to be going back out later this evening to do some more door dashing because I have some scheduled for tonight. So I probably won't be reading anymore until then. So I will talk to you later. So last night I finished Darling Girl by Liz Michalowski, and I very much enjoyed it. I'm going to give this one 4.5 stars. I think it was a great dark retelling, or not necessarily retelling, but continuation, I guess, because it's not telling that story over again, but it's like affecting future generations of darlings and Peter and all of that. And I will say that there is trigger warning for sexual assault, and yeah, you need to know that going in. It does get dark, but it also is done really, really well. That it was fun and twisted. So I didn't get around to opening up the gifts because I was doing the DoorDash thing at the time. But I can tell you now. I can't tell you anything about what's going on in the story at this point because it's very close to the end. But it does say, Peter sees it and smiles, then rings a little bell that sits on the table between them. So I'm guessing that we're going to have some kind of bell. Yep. There you go. Like a dragon and a peacock on it. Okay, and then the last gift, I don't know why I'm all red all of a sudden. Anyway, the last gift is very close to the end. It's on page 336, and it says, short for Rosemary for remembrance. And, oh, there is also a Captain Hook character in here, which is fine. And of course, you know, he's hot. Okay, so here's our gift. And it's some rosemary seeds. Darling Girl Seed Company. Cool. And then on the back of our little book club thing, there's like directions on how to make a Neverland jar, which is kind of neat. I don't know if I'll actually do that or not. But yeah, this book is one I will definitely keep. I enjoyed it a lot. So tomorrow is the last day of the month, and I don't think I'm going to try to squeeze another full book in tomorrow because I want to kind of take it easy a little bit. But my goal is for Marty and I to finish Thunderhead because we don't have much left of that reread. And I've got to work on this monstrosity of a bed that is taking forever to put together. And then my friend Rachel's coming over and we're going to go swimming tomorrow at some point. And tomorrow Marty is going to go out door dashing with me to see what it's like. So that'll be fun. We're only going to go out for like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours. But yeah, that's my plan for tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it all done. Tonight I had the live shows. We had the not author group chat about like the books, the group books for each of the cabins, and that was fun. And then we're supposed to have an author, but there was a mistake with the time. She thought it was mountain time and not Eastern time, and so she missed it. And then we had our after hours live, which was also a lot of fun. And it's now 11 o'clock at night. And instead of going to bed, I'm about to go work on this bed. Not going to sleep in a bed, but working on. Hold on, let me show you where I'm at. So this is what I have built so far. There's so many pieces left everywhere. Everywhere. Just so many pieces. We're on step 10 of 31. So yesterday, Marty and I went out. It was fun. We did some door dashing, and at the end of the day, I actually ended up signing up for Uber Eats, which I attempted today, and it was very cool. I think I'm about to add Grubhub to my arsenal as well soon. But anyway, silly Xander. We were doing DoorDash, and we finished Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is the second book in the Scythe series. Now, I have been saying that this was a reread for us because I remember reading Scythe, and I remember we were reading Thunderhead, but I didn't really remember a whole lot about it. And so, continuing with it yesterday, I realized definitely we never finished Thunderhead the first time. I guess, I don't know, life, whatever happened, but we only read part of Thunderhead, maybe like the first little part, and then never finished it. And yeah, we were like both listening to it, and we're like, yeah, we definitely didn't read this before, because these are things that we would have 100% remembered. And oh, it was so good. So good. I'm giving the Thunderhead a 5 stars. Neil Shusterman's writing is just so fantastic. If you haven't read Scythe, I highly recommend it. Scythe is a world... I can't really tell you too much about Thunderhead because it is the second book. But I can tell you that in Scythe, you're in a world where death does not come naturally anymore. If you drown or something like that happens, you can be revived. You're only dead-ish. And you can grow old if you choose to. But at any point in time, if you want, you can reset back to like as early as 21 years old. And live pretty much as long as you want, with one exception. So in order to keep the world from overpopulating, we have scythes, and these scythes choose who to glean, and when they glean them, there's no coming back. They will grant immunity to the scythes will grant immunity to these people's families that they live with for like a year. So only one family member can be gleaned in a year. But other than that, a lot of times it's random. Though there are some scythes that are power hungry and that shouldn't be scythes, and they go kind of crazy with it. And it's such a freaking fantastic series. And one thing I can say about Thunderhead, we get a lot more of the Thunderhead in it, which is this like AI presence that kind of controls everything, like keeps everything running for the world. So we get a lot more of the Thunderhead in this one. There's also a rogue scythe who is gleaning scythes that they feel should not be scythes. And yeah, so good. 5 stars. Also, yesterday, Marty and I finished that freaking bed that I was building, and I hurt so much after doing that. Like, my whole body was just exhausted, which is why I didn't end up showing you last night. And hold on, the boys slept in it last night, so it's probably chaos in there right now. But they just left, so I can show you. Ta-da! It's down right now, but this closes up and is a Murphy bed. And that is a queen size bed. And that beast that was a lot of work. All right, so it is a brand new month, and no more Camp SeasonAthon for now anyway, until next year. Now I have to spend all my focus on preparing for SeasonAthon Academy. And I have lots of filming to do and other stuff today. So I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.